Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays Beorning, and I'm about to speak with Corin here to start Book 3. Not Book 4, Book 3.
I do not like this.
I do not like this Pineclaw. How has Nar come to know of our potential road? That Elrond advised his sons to remember the paths of the dead, for we may have need to walk them, was known to but a few, and all of them trustworthy. Something is not right about this. It will not be long before we must set out again, but in the time before we do, we must learn what we can about Nar's recent activities. There may be some clue in them to reveal the source of the knowledge concerning our errand. Speak with Frithgar about Nar. He proved helpful in returning his friend to clarity, short-lived though it was, and may help us again. All right. So let's talk to Frithgar. Oh, these fun little names trying to pronounce, right? Frithgar? Who knows?
I'm sorry he upset you. Nar means no harm.
Yes, I am sorry he upset you. Nor means no harm. Uh-huh. A few days before the Dundling came to Zudrugund, I noticed Nar spending a great deal of time looking through some of the bookshelves for something. I thought it odd because he generally takes little interest in the books and records here, but he did not speak of it, and I did not ask what drove his examinations. I can tell you which sections of the shelves it was, but there are a lot of books to go through. I do not know if that will be of any assistance, but you are welcome to see a common thread if any of them could help you find your friends. Look at the shelves to the southeast of here, around the illuminated statue. Around the illuminated statue. Well, there's a statue. Yeah, I guess the statue's illuminated. Oh, that's for the next phase. Alright, here we go. That's... Alright, there is more than one illuminated statue. Alright. Okay, let's see what's in this bookshelf. Alright, here's some torn pages which seem to be undergone a great deal of use over the years. The words are very large, and every page has an illustration drawn with a fanciful style. Carrie was a little dwarf, smaller than you and me, and wherever Carrie went, he took his axe, or three. One axe for his left hand, and one axe for his right, one axe to carve the roast he ate most every night. Now one day the orcs did call, they came right up to the gate. Come on out, they said, we'll have a feast, don't be late. The dwarves knew what he meant, they knew it very well. If they went to the orcs, they'd not hear the dinner bell. Do you know what Carrie said? He said it loud and clear. I will go see the orcs and give them things to fear. But you're so little, said the dwarfs. They told him not to go, but Carrie went, he would not stop. Till he faced the orcs below. The orcs laughed, what can you do? Just hold still, we'll get the skewers. They turned their backs, and that was that. So it was that Carrie Orc. So we call him Carrie Orcuer. Uh, yeah. All right, let's see what's here. Is it something more poetry? All right, here's a parchment, yellowed and old, tucked in between the corners of this thin book, and apparently forgotten. Hail, Thrain, king under the mountain! Preparations for leaving the Coombe are well under way, and it will not be long before our people are ready to depart for the Blue Mountains. The great wheels of the depths will turn will turn without them. I wonder for how long. Yes, I am writing this letter to express my concern for Nar. You know as well as anyone the things has seen, and his service to your father cannot be questioned. He deserves much better than he has gotten. He seems not even to see me these days, so I must endure the retelling of my own exploits 2, 4, or a dozen years in the past. It makes me sad to think of it now, and his excitement in the recounting, the previous one forgotten, saddens me all the more. This is why I must ask your permission to remain when the others go. Nar will not go to the Blue Mountains, and I wish to stay here to have a look at him. My son, too, wishes to stay. He is young and knows nothing of our real home. This to him is no exile, but the Blue Mountains would be. I do not want to deprive Frithgar of his only home he has known. I will do whatever you command, of course, but this is my desire, and it is my wish to grant you. Hervin Drakeslayer. Alright, so this tells us who Hervin is. It tells us about why Nar is here, and of the time when the dwarves were going back to the Blue Mountains, since this, as I said, was their exile between the Lonely Mountain and the Blue Mountains. And Frithgar says why Frithgar is here, and that's because he is Hebron's son. Alright, so that's a little bit of a history lesson, but nothing useful in what our actual quest is. So what about this? A slim book, Herbs and Plants of the Coombe, is resting atop several others, as it has been recently removed and carelessly returned to its shelf. It is my hope that these things on the great variety of plant life found within the coombe will be of help to those who, by want or need, find themselves uncertain of the herb's utility or of vegetables' properties. It is clear that such knowledge is fading in my people. Thor has commanded the opening of a new wing of the mines beneath Zudrugund, but my own studies have been, of necessity, self-directed. I do not complain. The gems they have taken from the old wing stir my heart as much as they do even any of my fellows, but there is much to be learned from the green as here in the stone. If I remember, as often do I when called upon to defend the interest. We go through several pages of plants, how they grow on the slopes of Thor's Coombe. One of the pages, though, has been turned sideways and is earmarked and catches my eye. This next herb is easily found throughout the coombe. Simply follow your nose, and on a day of calm weather the sweet smell will guide you most easily to the patches of huru hazas growing in the grassy slopes. The names in fact mean sweet water, and the Dudlandings with whom I have spoken believe that the smell will drive away evil beings. When the herb is crushed and added to water containing the petals of the Narja Maru and the fruit of the Kibi Luzu, steeped in the solution for an hour, produces a strange smelling brew that I have noted for its ability to provide clarity of thought and the heightening of reasoning. It does seem that its effectiveness dulls with repeated use, and the brew should therefore not be overused. And this then is the brew that's being used with Nar, and probably was recently looked at. So the Frithgear. So this was not looked at recently by Nar, but by Frithgear to remind him of the recipe and all that fun stuff. But let's talk to Nar and see if he knows anything. But unless he's having a particularly good day, we know it's not. Hello.
You have brought the gemstones? Good, good. These will do very nicely.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, of course, he does not realize that I have not brought any gemstones with me. Ah, well, this is about going as well as I expected. Let's see if Corn here has any light to shine on this, or has any comment on my failure to bring any light on this. Okay, not much going on.
Nar's words remain as cloudy as ever. It was worth trying.
Yeah, it was worth trying, though it has not borne fruit. You should go tell candidates at the campsite of the Grey Company in the grove to the east of the Ukluth village of Larnock, and tell him that we are no closer to learning why Nar spoke of the paths of the dead. Candace is a master of lore, and he may have thought of something. Alright, so let's talk with Candace, and since it's near Huanuk, we will take the quick way rather than going through all the Dunlendings and the Drakes and all that fun stuff. Right, actually, since I am here, let us speak with... Let us go into the wrong building. That's what we can do. Yes, this is the Brenning's Hall. I wanted to go into the crafting hall. And reforge my item, yes. Reforge. And this is going to be the maximum here for this particular item. Right. So, let's see, what do we... Alright, what do we want here? We want... Not that probably much will come out of this one, because I don't think I really liked the legacy set we're on this one. And the legacy set I consider to be the more important on these particular items. So, let's just put that into there. And now we can head out to Candace. That will be this way. And this is this little campsite over here in this grove of trees. And so you can see how important a campsite it is because this is actually the location of the reflecting pool. Alright, Candace, we've got a little bit of mystery up here.
The mystery of Nar's knowledge must remain unsolved for a time yet.
Yes, you have spoken with this Nargan to no avail? I see. Will he not tell us what he knows of the words of Elrond? Will he not tell us how he knows of the paths of the dead? It seems this mystery must remain unsolved for the time yet. Do you know the story of the Oathbreakers of the Paths of the Dead? Perhaps a recounting of this tale is in order, and you will be more familiar with the puzzle that is before us. Do you wish to hear it? Well, I have a feeling we're not going to have
Tell
much
you the
choice on
tale
that.
of the Oathbreakers and the paths of the dead.
After the destruction of Númenor in the Second Age, Elendil and his sons came to Middle-earth and knew that they had to start anew or perish. And so the kingdoms of Arnor and Gondor were founded, Arnor in the north and Gondor in the south. All at the hill of Erech in the kingdom of Gondor Isildur set the great black stone that was brought out of Númenor before its downfall. It is said the stone stands there still, unchanged, even as it was in the latter years of the Second Age. That is where and when our story begins. And this story is going to take a little bit of time. So we are going to save that for our next episode of Pineleaf Plays The Beorning.